Okay, so I'm with Dominic Harrington today. Dominic is the founder of Dataholics. Welcome, Dominic.
Yeah, welcome. Thanks for having me, Mick. Good to see you.
And you, yeah, great. Dominic, just kick off, tell us a little bit about your business and how long you've been going.
Yeah, Dataholics is a new app that we developed this year as a new app, really a brand within the company that I've been building for the last 7 years of cloud source. So we've been doing cloud source since 2014 now, so it's 8 years old. And predominantly in that time, we've been a Zoho implementation specialist, but also a marketplace app developer. And in that time, we've helped over 400 clients. We've got 7 apps on the marketplace and a book on Amazon from last year. But I say this to all my clients, yeah, all that history and all that track record, I still feel like I'm scratching the surface, with what some of the days, with what the full capabilities are, and what we do, and in terms of technology. So every day is like a school day, as it were. Still.
Yeah. And what typically are the areas that you do add value?
So we do a number of things, really. The consultancy is been the core of cloud source for the last few years. So we're taking an off-the-shelf package and we tailor it for that specific business. So we can help them cut through all the terminology, get right to the core of what the system does, and really find out what it is they're looking to achieve and make it happen. So we've had a huge lot of value there because we've done it 300-400 times now. And also in terms of the training, we train people, and if you've been involved in training, it's a two-way process. Yeah, you're adding value in the training session, but you're taking feedback and you're hearing about other people's journeys and experience, and you're gaining that back. So we give a lot of value in training of how other customers have been helped in that situation, which you're never going to get if you're just doing training online from the vendor. So it's real life experience. And then since the pandemic, since the last couple of years, as we've gone more down the app development side, such as Dataholics, then we're able to add value every single day without even doing anything, because the value is in the product. Somebody signs up to the app and they use it every day, and every time they use it, it's adding value. So for me, that's repeatable, it's scalable, and that's kind of where we're moving to in the future.
So what are the typical outputs then that a client would get from having worked with you on an app or some type of consultancy?
But then in terms of the app side, where we sort of give the value is the Dataholics specifically. It's a fact that was shared with me by Zoho last year, and it's one that 91% of data in CRM systems is missing, incorrect, or duplicated within 12 months. So it's a massive issue, because us humans, we're not good at data entry. We don't like doing it. It takes time. We don't have time for research. We'll think, oh, I'll do that later. That later never happens. So our Dataholics app basically goes and finds the relevant data from different sources for them and pushes it into their system. So we're saving people time, we're saving them effort, and we're also making sure that they're building a customer database that's more complete and accurate. So, it's kind of win-win for the customers there.
Absolutely, yeah. Good return on investment, I would imagine.
Definitely, yeah.
Good. So what was you mentioned the pandemic there earlier, COVID. What was that like for you?
So, well, for a business perspective,
yeah,
it was good for business for us, and a lot of other sort of people in our sector would say the same thing. Never been busier, because the rush was everyone had to go online, and our services are online. So, but yeah, we had to make a few changes through the time, even though at the time we were doing 50% of everything that we did was online anyway. So the sales, business process, the discovery sessions, the delivery of training, and the support, half of that was online anyway. But we had to quickly just do all of it online. So we went from 50% to 100%. I also got thinking about additional revenue streams, because we all had some time where everything shut for a couple of weeks, didn't it? And you're like, right, okay, well, what do we do now? Because even though we could deliver online, everyone else wasn't in a position to, there was a couple of weeks where everyone froze. But then we came out of that and I started to look at additional revenue streams, and I thought I've had to go do some online training or write a book. About a month or so later, I got approached by a publisher, and they said, we're looking for someone to write a book on Zoho. Are you interested? And
wow, by coincidence.
Yeah. So then I was thinking training course or book, and then I got approached. I did the book. So I wrote the book, and that was a bit of a slog. And I was in the absolute crux of it when the school shut down in January. So I was doing the homeschooling, so it was really tough. But we got through it, and a lot of people have a lot of similar stories, at the time. And then also, so the book came along, and that led to conversations and opportunities around the world. It was 12 months ago, but I still get contacted from the States or from France or from Switzerland now. And the pleasing thing is a lot of them from Zoho partners as well. So people who are professionals and they're out there delivering that day in, day out. So that was one thing that came from the pandemic, but it also made me focus on the different revenue streams as well. So yes, the consultancy, but you can't have all your eggs in one basket. So the book was nice, and that led to more consultancy. But then the app development was the side that I thought, yeah, this is something that now is the time to push that even further. So that's kind of what changed during the pandemic, if you like.
So what does the future look like, Dominic? What challenges have you got ahead?
So from coming out of the pandemic, we saw that obviously the geographic boundaries were pretty much removed. And then we still have some with like currency and language and culture. But you realize now more so than ever that this global economy that we're all in, one of the greatest assets we've got is our English language, right? So it means we can work with clients in Canada, in the States, in Australia. Half of Europe speaks English quite well as well. So I think it's that realization that we've now got that boundary has gone. So we've now got subscribers in 6 countries around the world. But we've realized also that probably our biggest target market is the States. So the future right now is to thinking about how can we leverage and how can we promote and sell our app in the United States. So that's kind of the short to medium term future. And we want to really build up like a reseller partner network over there. So there's like 150 Zoho partners in the States out there helping Zoho customers all day, every day. So the thought process there is get them involved, get them using the app, get them liking it, seeing the value themselves, so that they can obviously hopefully grow into a referral network. So yeah, we want to really get to sort of 1,000 subscribers in the next 3 years. So that's the target. But I think it was a bit of an epiphany moment. And it's funny how in life and in business, your different journeys, you can look back and think that led to that, and you can start to join the dots. And it was just a funny moment. After the book was published, Zoho approached me and invited me along on their global podcast to answer a few questions about Zoho and some of the topics, not just about the book, but other relevant topics. And they shared with me that 91% fact. And I thought, there it is. The apps that we've done was around data, but I didn't really realize the actual full scope of the issue. And the penny dropped when I heard that. And I thought, well, that's what the apps that we're developing are helping people improve the quality of the data in the CRM and not having any missing or incorrect data. So then it's it brings everything together. Everything that I've done on the consultancy, working with people, understanding the software, learning how the software works. Then obviously the book and to the podcast, to the realization that actually this is where we need to be spending our time in the future. So yeah, you see that map behind me? Map in the wall? Yeah.
That's your territory.
No. So the future, hopefully, is putting these pins into that map when we sign up people in new countries and new cities. So
fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Exciting future ahead, Dominic.
Hopefully, yeah.
And when you're out there in the rest of the world, talking about what it is that you do, what is it that will differentiate your business to other options out there?
That's a good question. So there's quite a few people do some of what we do. Okay, if you go into the marketplace, on the Zoho marketplace right now, you'll find our app, but there'll be other people that do like address lookups. There'll be other people that do email validation. There'll be other people. So there's other people will have some of the services, but what if with Dataholics, we're kind of wrapping all these different features into one. We've even got what 3 words in there now as well, so we're able to pinpoint to the 3 meter square radius where a client is using the what 3 words integration. So we're the only one that has all of those in one.
So what have you learned about yourself, Dominic, on this successful journey?
So yeah, so I think there's in terms of myself and probably through business and what I've learned specifically in the last 8 years, that 4 things really. I think the first thing is that you need to have a plan, because if you don't have a plan, you're just wandering around aimlessly, and you're going to wake up 4 years later and wondering what's happened. So have a plan. Be bold. I think sometimes a lot of people, including myself, aren't bold enough with the plan or with the aspirations, and maybe have a sort of 5-year, really great milestones, what success would look like, rather than just 12 months or 2 years or 3 years. So I've learned that over the years. Celebrate the successes, no matter how small they are. That's so important.
Dominic, that's been amazing. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, pleasure. Thank you for having me again. Yeah.
Cheers.
See you soon. Thank you.